All right, greetings. This is Forsh with the Truth. And I would encourage everybody to go ahead and get your house in order. What we've got going on here is a lockdown of humanity and an approaching storm that most people are not prepared to face. And that would be the end of their life or the end of your life. So I'm like the digital equivalent of the guy ringing the bell in Los Angeles wearing a sign saying the end is near. There's nothing that we can do, no letters that we can write, no protests that we can make that are going to stop what's approaching. I won't willfully take any vaccine. That's not the issue. The issue is, part of it is what we've been breathing in for a long time. The particulate that's in the air for the weather modification is modifying the genome, the people. The COVID-19 tests apparently contain the virus in it. There are apps being created to show proximity of one person to another that maybe is one of the sheep that wants a test, gets tested, proves that they have it, apparently, and then the people that they were in contact with or close by can be taken away and quarantined or vaccinated, that type of thing. About 250,000 people die per day of a variety of reasons. Apparently now they're not dying of as many heart attacks or car wrecks or skydiving accidents. It's all COVID-19. A little gallows humor for you. They'll slap a COVID-19 toe tag on just about anything that they can. It's ridiculous. So early on in this whole thing, knowing what I know about so much of the fact that there's a beast system all around us, I've been very skeptical. Once I found out Santa Claus delivering all the presents in an evening was a lie, I started questioning my reality. I've been doing it ever since. So early on in this whole thing, when I actually had an N95 mask that I wore briefly, they were driving these big military trucks in China, blowing this spray all over. Whoa, this fog that was going all over the place. And I thought, what's in that fog? Are they telling us there's a virus they need to spray an antiseptic for, and they're actually gassing humanity there? Like bugs? Killing them like bugs? Yeah, when I was a kid, I used to ride a bicycle behind the bug sprayer. Yeah, go figure. It's just part of the deal. A lot of kids did. That's not what's wrong with me. What's wrong with me, according to the system, is that I'm telling the truth about the fact that the system has created a kill grid, a kill box that we're in right now. And I'm telling on them. So some people will still comment on my stuff saying, where's your proof for a flat earth? Show me your evidence that the earth is not a globe. And I'm like, I'll copy and paste my playlist there. People can look at it if they want. We've got bigger issues than the shape of the earth. As important as the truth about everything matters, I just encourage people to get your house in order because it matters for eternity. Where will you spend it and why? That's a big deal. I just want to show you a pretty empty area right now. There were a couple of people on the beach. Last year we had about 20 million guests. The system is crashing the economy, the worldwide economy. We've got a little more freedom here than in other parts of the world. However, it's still a deadly system is all around us. The electronics that are activating the kill grid, the 5G technology, and whatever other silent weapons they have for this quiet war on humanity, the people that are being programmed by the mainstream media are going to be self-enforcing the people all around them. How big is the police force? Well, it's bigger than the people wearing blue or military fatigues. It's in a lot of areas of the world, it's the deceived population that's going to be telling on their neighbor for mowing their lawn or standing too close to them in a line or wherever. It's ridiculous. But they don't know that they don't know. So there's a confirmation bias. It's a way that so many people see humanity. If they hear me say, or you, if I'm speaking directly to one of my critics that's saying, oh, he believes in Jesus, in this whole heaven and hell thing? Yeah, I do. Okay, then everything else I say is a lie? No, it's not a lie. So most of what I say is true, and if I knowingly find out something that I've said is wrong, I'll redact it. I'll go back and I'll say, hey, I was really wrong about this whole thing. Well, you haven't heard me go back on being born again, because I actually am born again. I'm a child of God that's actually born again. Some people believe that Jesus loves everybody. Then why did Jesus create a heaven and a hell? Why did he say you've got to be born again to even see the kingdom of heaven? So some of the most well-known evangelists of all time have taught a universalism where you just slip your hand up and you get to go to heaven. You just say you love Jesus and start singing praise songs and you're all good. Maybe not. Maybe you haven't been born again. Maybe you never will be. I don't decide who goes to heaven or hell. It's not my call. God is all powerful and all knowing. So I'm just simply alerting you to the reality of that. So artificial intelligence knows a lot. God knows it all. The beast system is powerful and has brainwashed much of humanity, most of humanity. The gospel is foolishness to those that are perishing. It's just the nature of it. Oh, it's circular logic. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. The Bible is true. It's God's word, and all other words are suspect. So I've got a friend that believes that this whole life experience was created by aliens. Well, good. How many, or not good, but how many aliens does it take to screw in that light bulb of creation for you? He says that the Bible was written by man. Really? Couldn't your aliens have written a book? Your alien creators, your alien saviors? People believe a lot of stupid shit. How about that? Yeah, I dropped the S-bomb. I don't have a bunch of elders telling me what I can say and can't say, do and can't do. People believe a lot of stuff. Is it true? Is what they believe true or not? So I saw a vehicle. I'm just going to swing on around. Oh, it looks like they may have pulled out. So I've shown the emergency services here. They come on out when there's an accident, a fatality, something like that. A few years ago, I was out here when the Weather Channel was here, and I got on the Weather Channel for a little bit. Right now, WMBNF News is out here for some reason. I don't know why. They've got a vehicle up there. The news reporters do it a little bit differently now. They have their own camera. They take care of all their own stuff. Typically, they do it by themselves. And I don't know what they get paid to do what they do. Are they telling the truth, or are they part of a grand illusion? In many cases, I believe they're promoting a grand illusion. They don't know it. They may believe they're helping people to know the truth. That's how I got here, was wanting to know the truth, not a confirmation bias, just wanting to believe what I want to believe. So this is North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. All of the public restrooms appear to be locked up now. The economy is shutting down. The beast system doesn't need very many people, so a lot of people are going to die. And there we have it, a news vehicle. I've talked to many of the different news personalities. Looks like I've talked to that young lady before. She looks familiar. I said, hey, I've got a lot of information you might find interesting, but if you go public with this, it's a career killer. You'll have to find something else to do, because one of the things they don't want you to do is to tell the truth. They don't want you to tell the truth about what's really going on. So what happens is they deceive humanity. Not just the news presenters, the actors, the celebrities, the iconic people that are elevated. Do you know about Laurel Canyon out in California? Jim Morrison's dad working for the CIA. Oh, look at all the intelligence agency activity. Out of Shadows is the name of a video you can see on my liked video or my research library. Talks all about it. Might find it very interesting. So I used to live out in the Hollywood area, actually in Seal Beach, Southern California, a few blocks from the ocean. Beautiful area. Started drinking highly purified water about 35 years ago. And water is a big deal. It cleanses the earth, cleanses our bodies. What's in your water? Does it have other people's prescriptions, fluoride, and who knows what other crap they're putting in it? So a lot of the people that have a tremendous amount of education, PhDs and indoctrination, and then they may have a lot of money. They may have found a way to tap into the system. Well, all it really takes for many is to compromise their integrity. And if they've got a nice smile, straight teeth, and the ability to hook some words together, and maybe some physical attributes that others in humanity find interesting or appealing, they can turn that into a whole bunch of money to further this grand illusion. It's a grand illusion that's all around us. So I'm just going to take us for a little drive here and continue to show you an economy that's shutting down. There will be a need for far less people. Now the Starbucks is just having drive-through. I don't think you can sit in there anymore. I don't know. I don't know if they opened it up for that. But what they've done is created a real paranoia that people have to be near somebody else. Oh my gosh, they've got bad breath. I'm getting COVID. I'm getting COVID from the guy with the stink breath that doesn't floss his teeth or whatever. No, it's all ridiculous. The virus, from what I understand, viruses are a response of a body that's trying to get rid of toxins. You can look at this. I'm not a doctor. I'm a researcher. I'm a researcher, and I found a whole lot of lying going on. That's what I found out. So I'm going to pull into the hometown Walmart and just see a little bit more of what it looks like right now. We've got all brand new lighting, brand new systems of electronics all around us, technology that can affect how people feel, what people think. And it's called computer-brain interface, targeted individuals, gang stalking. That all sounds maybe a bit weird. It's wireless technology that affects physiology and cognitive function. So this will probably never look the same. There's a lot of rope set up for these. There we've got somebody wearing the mask. That's not going to do any good. Not for what's going on. Doesn't stop electronics from messing with you. They took all the seeds out of the garden center for vegetables. You can still get flowers, but it's all on clearance. They took the seeds and put them in back. They didn't sell out of them. They just stopped selling them. A lot of things on sale so people can spend their check, but that's not going to fix what's wrong with this, what's broken. We've got the guardrails and the caution tape and all a whole bunch of different rules and social mores and norms that are being set up. It's just the way it is. So I'm going to flip this around. It's almost kind of funny. Oh, he got in his car, but he was wearing a scarf. He looked like actually like one of those old gunfighters wearing a mask in the Old West, wearing a little red bandana on his face. And then to see the bikers and all the different the whole different group of people in this kaleidoscope of conspiracy that's going on all around. They say one thing and do another. They create, there's a lot of death. Apparently, depending on what's actually going on in individuals, they can, their death can be brought on by the treatments that are provided, whether it's cancer or whether it's the COVID treatment or supposed vaccines. They've got patented viruses, patented vaccines. We've got bioweapons that have been created in labs, nerve gas, VX nerve gas. I'll use the actual Department of Defense or military channels or DARPA to say, hey, this is what they're doing. This is what they say they can do. This is why we've got the most powerful military in the world, creating weapons of destruction, mass destruction for the rest of the allies. And it's been proven that like the Bush family was found guilty of trading with the enemy, actually providing resources for both sides of the war. The financiers of the war, the wars, the military-industrial complex. They create money out of thin air. The system, the beast system, the prince of the power of the air, the beast, the fallen one, the fallen angels, create money out of thin air. Here, give me that computer that I can hit a bunch of zeros and create money out of thin air. And then they'll create the influence with that purchasing power, compromising the integrity of people to decide to go along with the lie. And then they'll believe the lie that they want to believe, apparently. It's become self-evident that much of humanity is deceived and they don't know it. And when they want proof for what I believe, and I just send them my whole research library, and they start hating on me, I may just end up blocking them on Facebook. I've gone to where anybody can comment now or react on my Facebook. I want people to see the a-holes that jump in and laugh about serious stuff. I've got a few people that are mocking, laughing on the serious issues that I'm bringing forth and hard-hitting evidence that I brought forth. So one guy said, YouTube is no research, no source. It's the biggest network in the world. All the networks are on it, basically. All the accepted supposed authorities, from NASA to SpaceX to ABC, NBC, CNN, they're all on YouTube. The whole thing. Yours truly, I'm on the biggest network in the world, on the biggest channel, the most subscribed channel in the world. They picked me to make fun of, because I have the cojones to tell the truth about what's actually going on, so people can make an informed choice. Where in the heck are you going to spend eternity, and why? The reason why is because God decided before the foundation of the world who his children would be, whether you like it or agree with it or not. So I believe God's word is true and all others are suspect, whether you like it or not. That's how I found it. So God is sovereign, meaning that he's large and in charge. Nothing happens in this world that he doesn't cause or allow. How about that? That may be a problem for you. You may not like it. Too bad. It's not about it, whether you like it or not. The truth isn't based on popular opinion. It's not popular and it's not an opinion. It's just a reality. So if you're hating on me and you're spewing a bunch of deception, I may just kick you off of my out of my audience, off of my platform. I'll do it if I need to. I don't necessarily mind if a hater just gives the mocking laugh on a serious thing. I feel sorry for them. Is that mocker even a real person or a chatbot? When they're hating on me, typically I'll private message them and I'll say, hey, are you even a real person? How about we do a video chat? Let's see if you're a real person. Can you throw a deep fake together in real time? Artificial intelligence? AI can get people to say whatever they want them to say and fake the video and audio. The whole thing. It gives plausible deniability to almost any, how would we say, politician, news presenter. I wanted to pull into Bridgewater here. Bridgewater is a few miles away from the ocean. You can see where I drove in from. It's a beautiful place. I've done video here before. It's really windy out right now. It's like 20-mile-an-hour winds. Up in Wisconsin, Appleton, where our sons live, they live in that area, not exactly in Appleton, but a few miles away. It's 19 degrees there. 19 degrees. Wow. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to move back to Wisconsin, is not just because it's cold, it's because the beach area here, where you saw me start out recording, is so desirable. Millions of people come from all over the world to enjoy being here. And I've met many, many people here in this area. So I've got a worldwide outreach where this is the largest destination, drive-to destination in the North America, possibly the world. Now it looks like we have the recreation center built up. Beautiful, beautiful area. Guys pouring concrete, working outside. Here, let me show you these guys running some tape measures and practicing some safe social distancing, building buildings. So for all the people that are questioning whether or not we live on a globe, let me say this. There would be no level anywhere on a spinning water ball hurling through space. Water doesn't stick to a ball. Boom. We're not spinning, wobbling, gyrating, whether you like it or not. So SpaceX got paid, Elon Musk got paid billions of dollars to supply the ISS. I could have done it with a pickup truck because they don't have to fly in space to do it. The ISS is like it's a TV set. It's a programming set. We've got better doggone movie special effects than shows for some of the ISS. And then they've got the satellite flying with the paparazzi satellite behind it. How does that even work? It's all a bunch of big faking. It's lying. It's deceiving. It's what it is. It's what it is. It's a grand illusion. We had Star Trek, Star Wars, all the space adventures. My brother worked on some of the special effects for Lucasfilms and doing the Raiders of the Lost Ark and Ghostbusters and the Terminator and all that. A lot of faking going on. A lot of people pretending to have this tremendously wonderful life. Well, it's kind of messed up, actually, and a whole lot of people are going to die soon. Like I said, 250,000 people approximately die every day. About half of them are abortion. It's terrible. It's terrible that that's going on. That's what I found. That's how I found it. I found it to be really messed up. So, what is the truth? Well, Jesus says he is the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father except through him. On the right side there is a big water catch. It's a system where all the extra water drains off of the higher spots. It has to do with water seeking its level. It's kind of muddy water right now. All the grading, when they start with the forest, pull out a lot of the trees and grade it. They grade it so that there's a lower spot where all the water drains away. All the water in the world exposes the impossibility of the globe. That's my scientific freaking evidence. We don't live on a spinning water ball hurling through space. So if you've got some supposed watchmen or women on the wall that are exposing the globalists, but they're believing we live on a spinning water ball, they got that wrong. It doesn't mean that everything else they say is a lie. It just means they got that part of it wrong. So in this tapestry of truth, there are people that will bring certain aspects of the truth, and they may have other things grossly wrong. They may be deceived on some real significant issues. So as important as what I believe is to me, it doesn't directly affect you or where you'll spend eternity. So my encouragement to everybody is to seek the truth with all your heart, because it matters for eternity. Like I've been heard saying many times, over 40 million times, we don't have toilet water flying out on people in Australia because of gravity. Well, hello, it's just water seeking its level. We've got rain falling now, we've got waterfalls, snowfalls, hail falls, heavier, more dense falls, lighter floats. That's the way it works. Helium balloons will float, rocks will drop like a rock. It's just the way it is. So this is somewhat of an answer to some of the more recent haters on my Facebook activity. Are they real people, or are they nodes on the artificial intelligence? Are they chat bots? It has no problem working around the clock worldwide, and neither do I. I just don't have those search algorithms and results algorithms that AI has. So that's why I've compiled a list of information that you can consider. I'm not wrong about everything. I may be wrong about something, but I don't know what it is. If I find out, I'll let you know. So higher is drier, lower is wetter, all over the face of this stationary Earth. That's the way it is. And you know what? If somebody were to come up to me and say, hey, you know what? Santa Claus delivering all the presents, flying with reindeer, that's real. I would say, no, it's not real. Not real. And it's like Satan Claus anyway. If you look up Saturnalia and Satan and the anagram that Santa is, it's all evil. There's a lot of pagan Christianized celebrations. I don't do it. I celebrate new life in Christ every day. Not one day, every day. So I thought I was born again in 1982 till I actually was in 2014. Very unpopular thing to talk about. It's just the way it actually is. It's what actually happened for me. So at first I was kind of upset that I struggled for so long with only my human nature, which didn't have enough power to get the job done. And then when I was actually born again, I was given a passion, purpose, eternal perspective, and the power to do what I previously couldn't do, and the pleasure to enjoy it all, even though it's not popular with most people. It's not about getting the most likes, the most loves, the most shares. It's about obeying God. How about that? So that's what it's about. So the video quality of Facebook isn't quite as good as YouTube. However, I'll get a lot more views because I'm being censored a lot more on YouTube than Facebook. It's just the way I found it. It's just the way it is. So what I would draw your attention to is later on when I edit this video, I'm going to go ahead and link my playlist to it. And then that's an introduction to my channel. Now, what I want to draw your attention to in the middle of the view is Seacoast Medical. What's going on in the medical facilities? Are they overwhelmed with people gasping for breath because of a virus? Or is some of that happening because of electronics, 5G millimeter wave technology, and consumed integrated aerosolized nanoparticles that are messing together in a symbiotic relationship, causing the blood to not carry the oxygen the way it's supposed to? Which is it? They can't both be right. With the law of non-contradiction, opposing views cannot both be correct. They could both be wrong. So what's actually going on here? What's happening? So all the times that I've gone by this area, I have not seen any activity around the tent. Not at all. Not at all. Obviously, I'm not going to go in. So what's the truth about all this? What's really happening? Well, from what I understand, it's the largest psychological operation that's ever taken place in our human experience, or at least mine. I've never seen anything like this. So there's medical professionals in there looking at the car, of course. because it's the truth mobile. What will they do with that information? Will they be able to find my channel? I get people quite often that say, wow, I'm so glad I found your channel. You've got such tremendous information on there. It's not just my talking about stuff. This is an encouragement for you to research what I found and put on my channel in the form of playlists and my own commentary as well, so that you can make an informed choice on your forever, your eternity. We're all eternal beings having a temporary human experience. Some people don't like the idea that there would be a deity that would have something to say about how they should live their lives. Thou shalt not kill, steal. Look at the commandments. Is that too much to ask, that there would be a deity that doesn't want us to kill babies? Been doing it for years, saying, no, we're gonna have sex, and if there's a pregnancy, we'll just take care of that little inconvenience, that little blob of tissue. Oh well, it's murder. Abortion is murder. Sex outside of marriage is not acceptable to God. Will he let you do it? Yeah. Who pays the price for that? The people doing it pay a price for that. Oh well, that's how I found it. People do largely what they want to do. Oh well, it's the way it is. People largely believe what they want to believe. That's how I found it. I just wanted to know the truth. It made sense to me. So when I used to be an atheist, and I've got atheist haters coming around now saying, oh, you've got your little leprechaun, unicorn, make-believe imaginary friend. Oh well, he gave me new life and helped me to stop doing stuff I know I shouldn't be doing. How about that? What's in your body? Are you actually born again, or are you a dead man walking, or a dead woman walking like I was? So I got the upgrade to use computer vernacular. God is all-powerful and all-knowing. Why would I want to just lean on my own understanding and strength when I can have so much more? There you go. That's how I found it. So I've talked about sea level liquid mirrors. I just want you to take note of how the road is mostly level and look at the reflections. You can go on my playlists and look at the liquid mirror that the ocean is. I recently moved some videos up there. I had people that were challenging, what scientific proof do I have that the earth isn't a globe? Reality. Reality exposes the impossibility of the globe. And by the way, you might want to get your house in order, because there's a big kill-off, a big extinction level event that's going to be occurring. A lot of people are going to be dying. Now, here's what I want you to consider. Artificial intelligence has administrative access to the entire internet, including the creation and distribution of electricity. So they've been saying about the EMP, the electromagnetic pulse interruption of power, that would kill the grid forever. Well, I don't think that's possible. Anyway, what we do have is the ability for AI to shut down the grid wherever it wants for however long it wants. How about that? So do you think they would shut off the 5G communications networks for the autonomous vehicles, autonomous weapons? No, all that would stay up. They've got generators by the cell towers. Google has massive power generation systems. there's large batteries that are installed in the power grid now. It made sense to me to put batteries in a power system. I knew about that when, or looked at that for Y2K. I thought, man, we ought to have batteries. Well, now we do. Some of them. So I've liked a lot of the technological developments that I've seen with Elon Musk and Tesla. Yeah, that's me. That's me in the show, in the video there. Let me flip it around and show you better this way. I've ordered the tri-motor Cybertruck and been wanting to interact with a whole lot of people that are Tesla fans. I like Tesla. I've been following Tesla ever since it came into being. In fact, I was an electric car fan before it ever happened, before we ever had this level of electric propulsion. But here's the thing. That's part of what makes it appealing. I'll probably never take delivery of that truck. I'll probably have gone on to be with the Lord without my physiology. I would think the end of things as we know it is coming pretty quick. Actually, the end of things as we knew it, that's already here. They're very likely not going to back off and say, just kidding, just kidding. No. Do you trust this computer? Elon is in that video. It has a very few view increase. The artificial intelligence gives the results that it wants for people to have for them personally. So it's not like, oh, you got a puppy? Here, I'm going to recommend some dog treats for you. That's part of the fun upside to that. Oh, we want you to believe this grand illusion so you can find yourself in hell for eternity. That's what Satan does. God allows it. So, I'm telling. That's why I do this. I want you to know the truth about it. It matters for eternity. Now, so what I continually say, is it true? Whatever it is you want to know about. So, is it true that I'm a whack job conspiracy theorist? Crazy guy? No. Heck no. That's why they're making fun of me. They make fun of the truth. That's what George Carlin did. He made fun of the truth that you have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own all the real estate. They own everything. They got you by the balls, right? Or Jack Nicholson, you can't handle the truth. Or can you? That's what I would say. Can you handle the truth? Do you really want to know the truth? Or do you just want to believe what you want to believe? How about that? Which is it? Do you decide? Where do our thoughts come from? Where do our beliefs come from? By definition, what we believe to be true. We don't knowingly believe a lie. It's like a default, though. And here's how it works. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 says to everybody forever, they refuse to love the truth and so be saved. For this reason, God sends them a powerful delusion, so they'll believe the lie. There you go. That's how I found it. So, thanks for watching, liking, sharing, and thanks for those haters. They get me a little fired up. You know, it's kind of funny. I had a doctor say, you know, Robert, you seem to like both positive and negative attention. I said, yeah, well, thanks for paying attention. You got that right. So when I piss off people that are deceived and trying to deceive and take advantage of others, I'm telling on them. So it's good to piss off the deceivers and the haters. And I like the approval of those that know that I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. And I've got so much more. It's not just me, it's Him living in and through me. the living word, the living water, the great I am, the Alpha and Omega. Do you know him? So, Matthew 7:21, Jesus, the creator of everything, this world, says on Judgment Day, many are going to say, Lord, Lord, didn't we drive out demons, work miracles, and prophesy? He says, away from me, you evildoers, I never knew you. So for all you free willies out there that think you can just decide to be a child of God, I got news for you. It's great news. And that is that Scripture in the Gospel of John says that they were born of the Spirit, not of the decision of man. No man decides to be a child of God. It's an illusion. God causes that person to want to know the truth. Do you want to know the truth or believe the lie you want to believe? Let that sink in.